And we're live. Hello and welcome to this live stream. My name is Bård, and today I have Vasil with me, which is lead frontend here at Crystallize.
Hey everyone, nice to join.
This is a product update, and we will do a little bit of deep dive into pricing in Crystallize. So there's been some enhancements over the summer, actually, several, that is now available in production. And we thought, hey, let's spend some time diving into some of the details of how this works. But let's start a little bit at the high level first, because pricing, of course, there's many different scenarios where you want to differentiate prices, right? So it could be different markets, different segments, like a sub-market. And we have mechanisms in Crystallize for layered pricing. And Didrik made a quite nice diagram for us here.
Can you maybe hide our pictures below so people
can? Oh,
can
you don't want to see us? Yeah, we'll show the whole diagram. Yeah,
great.
Because here, Vasil, we kind of have three concepts, right? So the core concept in Crystallize when it comes to pricing is what we call price variance, right?
Yeah, true that.
And there are different ways, again, to use price variance, but a very common pattern is that for a market or a segment of a market, that you at least have two price variants. So this here shows kind of one market in total, where we have a compare at price. And this is kind of the list price, the retail, where, call it the most expensive version of the product, typically. And goal here is you will end up to show, okay, the strikeout or the before price, right? So this is typically what we call compare at price. This follows concepts in what we have in the boilerplate and also what is being used in the shop API, which we will also show. So this is what's the list price. And then we have the selected price, which is, okay, what's my price? When I say my, we talk market, right? So for the sales price in Norway, for example, or in Germany, would be this particular price variant. In this example, we have used the genius names of retail for the compare at and sales price for the actual market price.
And let me clarify here, Bård. So these are two price variants that we set in Crystallize, and they're available for each product, where we have the price variant code retail and price variant code sales.
Yeah. Let's show that. That's a good point, because here we have a list of products. It's on plants. It's the Monstera. We've made some simple prices where we have the retail price euro and sales price euro, 100 and 80. So it's already 20% discounted, right, for the whole market in this context. So this is the and for many stores, this is enough to manage prices, right? So you can show this is now discounted at 30% or whatever. And this also means that this is where you would also use the pricing in Crystallize, where you want to update prices for sales relative to retail minus 44%, and you could run up to nearest 10 and subtract 2, for example. So you can adjust that
and update multiple price variants at the same time, kind of using the Nordic catalog. Yes, great.
Going to undo that. So this is the first level, and there's also a pattern of having a fallback price, because it might be that you haven't set the sales price, right? So the price is 40, and if you haven't input anything in the sales price, it will fall back to the actual retail price. So this is the main foundation of pricing in Crystallize.
The first layer, yeah.
Yeah, that's the first layer, yeah. But what's next?
That's the question, I guess. Now what we're gonna discuss.
Yeah. So you have price list on top of this. So price lists, and you can have multiple different scenarios. Here it's like a VIP or member. It's a price list for Norway. So price list can be assigned to different contexts. It could be generic for a market. It could be for a customer group, a company, or individual. So we'll look into that. And what's fancy here is that we have on the API side, we have a method called price for, which will actually check the best possible price that you have in your given context. So providing this customer is part of this customer group, etc., etc. So that's kind of the next level, and I think we'll stop there on the diagram for now, and let's just take a look at what does this mean, right? So we have, as we saw, we have the prices for our product, sales price and a retail price. And if I go here then to storefront, this is using our Next.js accelerator, which has this implemented, so that you can see here, okay, I have the retail price at 100, that's the compare at, and I have my market price here for this web shop, which is 80. So that's nice. So it's 20% discounted by default.
Yeah.
But we were talking about price lists, right? So what you can do on top of these prices is that you can create some price lists. And here we've just created one with some products. And the price list, it doesn't have to be all your products. It could be one. It could be selected products for a market, and therefore you can combine like, okay, I want to have a special price for Crystallize employees, but just for these 3 products. But everybody in the Norwegian market, they get 30% on these 9 products, right? So here we've set up a price list where the pricing is set to adjust percent. And we have selected that we want to adjust the sales price variant. Okay, this is an important detail, right? Because now we have adjusted the price of the sales price in the price list, right? We adjusted that by 30%, which means 56 compared to 80. Now, we have already defined that our compare at is retail, which is 100, right? So that's actually what we use in this context to define the total discount. And if we want to see that in action, what can we do? Well, Norway members, let's first take a look at our users, right? So we have here a bunch of customers, test data generated, of course, and here we have a customer group called Norway. We have a company organization called Crystallize, and we have Peter and Bård as customers under this organization. Okay. So implicitly, I'm part of the organization Crystallize, and I'm part of Norway as a market. Okay. So what we can do then is go to customer groups on the price list and say, I want to apply this to the market Norway.
So now it's going to apply only for the customer groups of Sweden and Norway, this price list.
Yeah. Let's remove Sweden. Let's just do Norway.
Like Denmark.
Yeah. Since it's called Norway members, it's okay. That is semantic. So this will now trigger if I'm logged in and I'm part of the customer group Norway. I will get these prices here. So if I take a look, this is just another window where you see that I'm logged in. So if I'm lucky now, when I do a refresh, I actually get a better price since I'm part of the Norwegian market, right? So here we have the first layer of stacking, where We have our initial price, which for our plant was 100. We set the sales price to 80, and we created a percent discount from the already discounted sales, and that is the price that we see here of 56. And this will of course also reflect in the shop API and the cart. So it's actually 44% since we compare it to the compare rate. Again, yeah.
So maybe can we go over again the mechanism that is like the underlying mechanism about choosing the best price, right? Because this is what's quite often it's important to the customer and to the end user that they make sure that they get the best price.
Yeah. So first of all, we have for the whole market, we've set whatever's at the sales price. That's kind of your price, and if that's not set, we fall back to the retail price. In this case, we have some price lists that are layered on top of price variants. It's to adjust prices for a given price variant for a specific context, for a specific time. So for a user, a market, or a customer group, but also for a period. Maybe you get the 2025 prices, and it's only valid for that year, for example. So the price for here, Vasil, will then, given that we submit the context, which is who am I, then it will check all of the price lists that are matching, and it will pick the lowest price.
Yeah.
So that's basically what the API does for you. And this is, for now, we're talking about catalog prices, right? So this is what we're going to display on our product landing pages, and that's the price also that is going to be used then also here in the cart and checkout process, right?
Yeah.
But we can do it even more specific, right? Because I'm logged in with this user, customer, and I'm part of the Norway customer group and Crystallize organization. So, and typically for B2B, you want to assign a price to a specific customer. So like this is a customer agreement, right? So customer agreements in terms of lowering the price. And what we've done here with the Crystallize special price list is we've said these 3 products. We've been having a really good negotiation, and we'll give here a different type of mechanism. It's a fixed price or absolute price, which basically means that if I'm part of this price list, I get the Monstera for 20 for the large and 10 for the small one. And these are absolute prices. So this is no percentage calculation. Very typical, especially in B2B, to have that type of pricing. And now it's assigned to only Peter. But I can also assign it directly to Crystallize as an organization, or I could select me as a person. But let's do the typical B2B. Let's do like this. I just assign this price list for these 3 SKUs directly to Crystallize. And as we saw, I'm implicitly part of this because my customer is below the organization Crystallize in the Norway customer group. So if we check here, we get this for 20.
Great. Yeah, definitely. Right? So because we have the 2 price lists, again, we compare the best price, what you explained earlier, right? And then the 20 is the best price that the user can get. And that's why that's the API returns us actually the 20.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the magic that that is being done here for you. So given the context, we will find the best negotiated price for you. And this is both for the product landing page, right? So you want to display, once you're logged in, you get your special company discount. And of course, also throughout the shopping shopping experience with the checkout and having the shop API doing the calculations for you. But here we also have another point, because this is up till now, it's just call it the price book for you, right? So it's adjusting the catalog prices. But as a customer, you might add stuff to the basket, and here you can have an additional mechanism to adjust the price, which is the promotions, right?
Yeah.
And basically, the promotions are different than price list, because price lists are designed to adjust the catalog prices for everyone, or for you, or for a specific group. While the promotions are typically triggered given the what you've already added to the cart. So it has the cart context, which obviously a product landing page, you don't have any cart context here that you can work with.
Yeah.
Should we make one?
Yeah, let's see how we can set up a promotion. Maybe 3 for 2. I think this is quite common use case that we've seen.
Yep. 3 for 2, X for Y. Then we do 3 for 2.
And this is where actually it requires the basket context, right? Because we know how many items we have in the basket. Because when we display the product page, we have just a single product, and then we add something to the basket, and that's where actually we can react on that input and then give the user a promotion.
Yeah, and here it's also, let's just do it for products,
specific products, right? We don't want to give it for everything.
Yeah, let's just do it for the Monstera.
Yeah.
And yeah, now I removed it. That was not what I wanted. So we can do, let's see, plant and Monstera. You don't have to supply a product. If you don't supply it, it will be valid for any product, right?
Yeah.
So that's the thing with the targets. It's what should the discount be applied to, and the trigger is okay. But when do you want it to be applied to? And here it's you can do if I'm a particular customer group, you can do things like coupons and be very specific. But I guess this is a fair example where we basically have just 3 for 2 on Monstera, always available, and it will always be triggered.
Yeah.
So this is then a different discount that we have here, where you basically have the possibility of having a, let me just remove everything here and just start from scratch, where I add a product to the cart, and we want to add 2, we want to add more, and now I've done something interesting. So basically what's going on here is that we have the promotions that are kind of checked after items are added to the cart. So that's kind of the difference, where the price lists are checked kind of before you get to see the product. Once you've selected the product, you can add it to your cart, and then any promotions that are triggering will be applied here.
And this is the third level that you mentioned in the beginning, right, of pricing. So we have the price variant, the price list, second level, and the promotion that applies on top.
Yeah, and we get that question quite often in terms of what is actually the difference between price list and promotions, and how do they all fit? So here a good example again, where we've set some list price for a product. We have created a discount for some of the products, but just for the people or the customers that are part of the Norway customer group. Similarly, we set a fixed price for 3 SKUs, but just for employees of Crystallize, as an example. And then on top of that, we did a 3-for-2 pricing, which means that any of the products that are being added to the cart, you basically get 1 for free if you add 3 in the
with the same type.
Yeah, the same SKU. So this is now available in Crystallize. It's also implemented in the accelerator, Next.js furniture accelerator. And of course, this is also part of the APIs. I'm not going to go too much into that here, but basically, if you provide your customer identifier and you set the context correctly, meaning that you define the selected variant, the compare at, and the fallback, then you will get out the pricing as we did in the UI here, so that you see that, okay, compare at is 100 and it's 20 for me. So I have a 80% discount in this case here, which is also calculated for you here. So I guess that's the round trip of the pricing. It's pretty powerful. Check it out, and of course, if you have any questions or comments, we have the Slack community channel. Feel free to ping us there. We will do one next week also, where we will have a separate topic that we will dive into. And if you want to get notified, you know what to do. Subscribe to the YouTube channel or follow us on LinkedIn, and you will be notified. See you in the next one.
Bye.